Well, we made it into Wyoming. The wind's blowing about 80 miles an hour. Pushed us all the way here. Snowed on us, rained on us. It's been an eventful trip. We pulled in to get some fuel and we got a flat tire. So we got to go pull a bolt out of a tire, get her blown up, blown back on the bead and keep cruising. Got a couple more hours to go. Now up. Nothing to it.
Summer's over, the leaves are changing and the nights are getting colder. It's time to do some trucking. Let's haul some lambs. As producers of American lamb, this is the way we make most of our money. From the spring until now, we have been working long days to keep these lambs healthy, happy, and continually growing. We move out of the lambing sheds to the spring range, up the mountain to the summer ranges where they'll grow big and fat. Now, the next stop on their journey lies almost 11 hours away across 3 states and on trucks to their new home. The first step in our lamb hauling adventure begins the day before we even get in the trucks. There are 3 herds close to this corral. We put all the sheep in the corral at one time so the next day we can pull all the lambs and load all 5 trucks as quickly as possible. We wait as long as we can to put the sheep in the corral so they have time to graze and be full for the night. The herds have to come in the corral one at a time to keep from mixing, but in order to get everything in before it gets dark, they have to go in one right after the other. All of them are trailed from their grazing areas, so the timing has to be nearly perfect for everything to work right. It took some doing, but with all 3 herds in the corral for the night, we headed home to get ready to roll with the trucks bright and early in the morning. Our corral is about an hour drive up the mountain. It'll take us several hours to load and just over an hour to make it back down the mountain. From there, we grab some lunch and start driving. It's just over 500 miles across 3 states in the snow, wind, and open road. It makes for a long day. We start as early as the sun will let us so we can get loaded and on our way. We get paid by how much the lambs weigh. Every minute they are standing around and not on the truck, they are slowly losing weight. Our goal is to get them across the scale as quickly as possible to make sure we get a true weight. Luckily, with so many lambs in this first trip, we were able to have a portable scale brought in to weigh the lambs right out of the end of the chute and load them on the truck from there. All the sheep are run through the chute and the ewes are separated off. The lambs are run onto the scale and weighed 40 at a time. As the lambs go on the truck, they're counted and divided into sections in the trailer so they stay safe and have plenty of room for their long trip. When fully loaded, trucks will weigh around 80,000 pounds and carry over 400 lambs on each one. As we get all of the lambs sorted from one herd, the ewes are turned out back to their grazing permit, and the next herd follows right behind in the corral to be sorted and weighed. It takes a lot of help to make something like this work, from guys all the way in the back of the corral with dogs to other guys keeping the sheep coming up the chute. Someone has to be on the cutting gate, cutting out the ewes, and the scale crew keeps the scale running full speed. With all the lambs loaded on the trucks, we changed out of the loading boots into the driving shoes and headed down the canyon. These trucks are extremely heavy, so we need to go slow so we don't burn up our brakes going down the canyon. If you see our trucks coming down the canyon sometime, please be patient. We need to take turns extra wide in order to stay on the road, but as soon as there is a wide spot, we will pull to the side and make sure you can get around us as soon as it is safe for both of us.
Well, we made it into Wyoming. It's been an eventful trip. We pulled in to get some fuel and we got a flat tire. So we got to go pull a bolt out of a tire, get her blown up, blown back on the bead and keep cruising. Got a couple more hours to go.
were able to pull a bolt out of the tire and put a plug back in its place. All that was left to do now was fill the tire back up with air and keep on trucking.
We got tire back on the bead. We're ready to go, got our field full of air, and we're gonna head on back down, hit the highway, go the rest of the way tonight, and call it a day. Sheep unloaded. We're gonna go get weighed and head home. Well, that wasn't safe. Got all 5 trucks unloaded. We're just getting weighed up, getting ready to head back on the road. It's about a 10.5-hour drive back home. We're gonna cruise on out of here and head on to the next bunch.
We stopped for fuel and a cold drink halfway across Wyoming and headed back down the road. It takes a lot of fuel, lots of time in the driver's seat, and lots of miles on the road. Luckily, we only haul our own lambs. We don't live out of the trucks, and when we're not hauling our own stuff, our trucks sit, which is super nice. When we do go trucking, it's usually a pretty good break. We get to put on the driving shoes, turn on a good book, and just cruise into the sunset. It's definitely hard to beat an office view like this one. We have been going a million directions. Early mornings, long days, and late nights make it hard to get any video stuff done. But thanks for tuning in and joining us on our lamb hauling adventures. More amazing stuff to come.